It's go time.
It's go time. Sounds like bedtime, not go time.
Look at the state of that, Mark. Just after 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going?
We are going to the mighty River Wye.
We may have something to report later.
Hopefully.
If either of us can focus. I've had like 20 minutes sleep. I don't think Mark's had much more than that, because we're excited bloody school kids.
We are.
We're gonna search for some Barbel and hopefully a Chub or two as well, mate.
That'd be very nice, wouldn't it?
Hopefully the conditions aren't too bad. We've had quite a lot of rain, but normally...
River's come up a little bit in the last couple of days, so that's a tick box.
Absolutely.
Come and see what we can find.
Let's get this party started.
Definitely. Morning. Today you join us on the mighty River Wye, just outside Wye.
Good morning. It's the first session on the river.
Yes, we've waited just over a month to do it.
Yep.
But with all the rain that we've had over the last few days, we thought maybe it'd be a good time to be on the bank. So here we are.
About an hour and a half into the trip, mate.
Yep. Only ones on the river
So far. So hopefully that lasts, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Not to be too greedy, but the river to ourselves for the day would be nice.
That would be very nice.
But yeah, so hour and a half in. What has happened, Mark? What has happened?
So we have banked a chub, probably 2 or 3
He
pounds.
says he banked a Chub.
Did.
Mark's the only one to have banked a fish at the moment.
But I'm pretty sure I did lose a barbel in a snag as well.
Yeah.
About an hour into the session. By the way it took off, and it kept very, very deep. And then took us behind some boulders, and unfortunately the fish won on that occasion. But it's early days, and we'll keep plugging away.
We still have some time. So we're not worried yet. What's the sort of game plan then? If you've seen any of our vlogs, or certainly the last one, you know that I am no river expert. So we're relying on Mark's skill set for this one. So what have we done? What's the plans? Are we moving? Are we feeding?
So at the moment we've been looking at different runs in the river to go for. So we're looking for little patches of weed. We've got some quite nice overhanging trees on the far bank that we're casting very, very tight to at the moment. We'll probably, because we've had a few bites, I think we'll give it a couple of hours here, probably 2 to 3 hours here. And if we don't get any luck here, there's plenty of other swims we can try. There's some big bends, there's some long straights. There are a couple of swims with some deep holes in. So whilst we're getting a couple of knocks, and we have seen some activity in the swim, Steve, as well, haven't we?
Yeah, there's been a few fish moving, and like I said, you've lost the barbel sort of early on, haven't you? So, I mean, and the Chub, so, we're not blanking by any means. And yeah, I think this swim's probably going to be good for another couple of bites, hopefully.
Definitely. There's plenty of areas in this swim that we haven't explored yet. We haven't tried the inside margin yet. It's quite a wide swim where we are. So there's different steps across either side of the stream, and we down the middle track as well that we can try.
Yeah.
So we might be dictated to a little bit by any boat traffic later, but at the moment we've had a fish, so the dreaded blank is out of the way, and we'll keep plodding away.
We're fishing on the river.
We are fishing on the river.
Exciting.
So we've been using running rigs today. 3 or 4 foot hook lengths.
That's mono hook length.
Mono hook lengths.
Yeah.
And
hook bait choices.
Hook bait, so we're using some seafood dumbbells.
Yep.
And we've also got a tester bait that we're trying out today as well.
Absolutely.
All of those we double up with small golf ball size bags of funnel web with ellipse pellets in.
some mediums and some large.
Yep, and everything gets a good glug in some of the matching oil before it goes out, and at the moment it's been quite positive, but like Steve said, it's just great to be back out on the river again.
If you see us looking this way, it's because that's where the action is hopefully gonna kick in a minute. But yeah, no, the rods are out and they're fishing, so another sort of 10 minutes it'll be a recast, won't it, I think?
It will.
And yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll have a few more fish to show a bit later, mate.
It would be very nice. We'll keep you up to date with how the session progresses.
Update at midday, or hopefully,
hopefully before
first barbel.
Yes. So we'll hopefully catch up with you very soon.
See you in a bit. There we go. My first river chub of 2023. What a great start. Mark's managed one, I've managed one, and unfortunately we've lost a barbel each. So we're going to get this one back quick. Yep. Get this one back and get that rod straight back out in hope of a barbel. We shall see you soon. Lovely chubbly, as they say.
It is. We've managed to double our tally in the last 40 minutes or so.
Yep. Another couple of, well, we've had 2 chub each now, haven't we? Lost a barbel, unfortunately. So
yeah.
I think we're around sort of 8-9 bites.
Yes.
Something like that. So it's going pretty well, mate.
It is going well. Really pleased. Yep. It's the biggest of the day so far, but quite happy to catch chub all day.
Absolutely. Finding a bit of consistency as well, sort of across the middle track and the sort of snag on the far side, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. It's been working really well so far. Sorry, thought I heard the rods ticking again.
We thought we had another bite for a second. Well, lively little chubbly. We'll get this one back and hopefully maybe a barbel next one.
That would be nice. Yeah.
But at least we're catching, and yeah, first trip out in the rivers. It's going well.
It's coming together, yeah. So we're looking forward to the next couple of hours, getting a bit more bait in and seeing what it brings.
Catch you in a bit. Right, it is 12:30, Mark.
It is.
We have done, was it like 5.5 hours?
Yep, 5.5 hours in.
Started extremely well. Then it got a bit frustrating.
It did, yeah, for 2 hours. We had steady flow of bites, had a few fish.
Yep. And we thought, yep, we got this figured out. It's rocking.
Yep.
Everything's sort of falling into place. And then the boats came.
And they kept coming.
They certainly did, and that made it difficult. Would be a nice way of putting it. Difficult to fish effectively.
Yes, there's a lot of canoes and paddle boards on the Wye. It's one of those things, but it's definitely affected the fishing today. You know, there's not an awful lot of water in the river.
No.
And there was probably, over the course of 2.5 hours, 50 to 60 canoes came through.
Most of them wanted to run our margin and take out all of our rods.
Yep.
So that wasn't the best.
No, which is another downside of us having the river to ourselves today.
Yeah.
They haven't come across anybody else, and yeah, so they've been through a few of our lines. But
so there was us thinking we're all lucky to have the river to ourselves, and it's probably actually gone against us today. But
possibly.
Such is fishing. We're not completely distraught yet, are we? Like I said, it's about 12:30. Mark's got a cunning plan that we're going to move to some deeper water.
Yeah, so we're
about
gonna
25 million swims that way.
Yeah, so we are in quite shallows at the moment. It starts off and shallows off very shallow.
Yeah.
So with the boats coming through, we can't really fish the far margin anymore that we wanted to do. That was quite productive. Even the middle to 3/4 across is causing trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to pack up. We're going to move a few swims upstream where it's deeper, so that the plan is to fish some of the deeper margins, undercuts and things, and see if we can change our fortunes, guys. Really,
we've already had a good look down there and it does look spot on for it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
That said, we'll probably be updating you in a couple of hours and we'll be in the same swim as we are now, and
quite possibly
we're going back to how it all started. But you know, I mean, a lot of the time you spent on the rivers, it's searching, isn't it? So
it definitely is. Yep. So we're going to try and change our luck.
We're going to do it.
Change a swim, change the tactics up there, and see what it brings.
Hopefully, a barbel each, mate.
Yep. Or even I'd take a few chub at the moment as well.
Yeah, some bites would be good.
Yep.
But we haven't blanked.
We haven't. No.
We've had 8 bites, shook off 3 barbel, possibly. And landed 5 chub to around £5.
Yeah,
just over, something like that. So yeah, no, it's all right. But yeah, we've got some redeeming to do, and we're hoping the next one we'll do that. So.
Yeah, so rather than sit here and wait for the fish to come to us, we're going to try and take us to the fish, but we'll let you know how that works out.
For better, for worse, mate.
Yes.
Well, you might have been able to see Mark. That's about a field ahead of me. He's got twice as much gear. And he's freaking racing. I've literally just left the swim and I'm bloody knackered already. I think I need to get in shape. Hopefully, we'll have some barbel and it'll be worthwhile. We shall see in a bit. Get in! Nice! Well done, Mark!
Goodness for that.
We got one! We got one, Mark. Mark, he's a man. If he can't do it, no one can.
It's a nice one as well.
It looked decent. Go on the wells. Top angler, mate.
Oh,
well done.
that, mate. That's worth the move, wouldn't it?
Well, it ain't been that long in this swim. 2 casts, an half hour plus.
Yeah.
Result! She's in there.
Right.
Better get it sorted.
So finally, got amongst the barbel. Quick move up river, just after lunchtime, into some deeper water. Thrown to the far bank on an overhanging tree. And this was my reward after only a couple of minutes in the water. Solid bag of ellipse doing the business again on the end of a running rig. But happy days, hopefully we can get a few more.
There we go, my first barbel at 23, all thanks to Mark. He encouraged us to move and we did. 20 minutes later, 2 barbel in the net. What a result. Good old ellipse and one of my new test baits, so yeah, absolutely made up with this one. And hopefully more to follow, but if not, we're off the mark. Well, it is now 4:30.
It is.
We have decided to call it a day.
Yep.
Unlike us Marks, we're normally here to the bitter end.
We are, but the last couple of hours the river's come up 6 to 8 inches. It's ripping through.
Yeah, a lot of sediment and rubbish is being brought down. We've seen what looked like a tree at one point.
Yes, a whole tree. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's made the fishing conditions unfortunately extremely tricky. Can't hold on the back, and that's where a lot of them were holding.
Yeah. Sort
of back to 3/4. You know, well, we caught barbel.
We did catch barbel.
We caught chub.
It was worth the move. Within 20 minutes of moving.
Yeah, it was literally, and it went manic as well. It's like 3-4 bites within the first hour or something like that. But those 3 bites, 20 minutes or whatever it was.
And then the conditions changed.
Yeah.
And just made presentation next to impossible, unfortunately. But you know, our first trip to the river, we came for barbel.
Landed 9-10.
Yep.
13-14 bites, something like that. So we definitely lost a couple of barbel, unfortunately.
Yes, yeah, they just got behind the rocks and no return for them. But
pretty much how I started the ended on the last season. Lost one at the end, but no, after losing one I was gutted. I did almost cry. But Mark picked us back up, we moved, and 2 on the bounce.
Yeah, very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all came together in the end, so can't argue that at all. You know, it is that time of the season. It's not fishing easy at the moment. The river's been very, very low.
Bit of bright sunshine today as well, hasn't it? Conditions haven't been perfect. That's about as many excuses I think as we can cram into
the boat traffic.
To be fair, that was horrendous. That was a bit of a headache.
It was. Just as we got the swim going, we found the line where the fish seemed to be, and then all those boats coming through what is relatively shallow water. But you know, it is what it is. Like we said to you guys,
River fishing.
I'm
learning.
Yeah, we moved. We found some spots in the new swim, slightly deeper water, and it worked out. So yeah, it's good. But yeah,
Successful, mate.
yes. But the presentation's just awful now. We can't fish how we want to. So yeah, we'll call it a day. Chuck everything in the van.
Absolutely.
And drive the 90 minutes home.
It was worth it.
It was definitely
worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going out on the bank. We've got linear towards the end of the month.
We have.
We may fit in one next week.
Yep, we'll
possibly.
try.
Mark might sneak out a couple of times in the week if he can. But yeah, no, thanks for watching. Keep tuned, and we shall have something
Very
shortly.
soon. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you very much.